Welcome back. Today we learn the laws of motion, remaining part of the laws of motion, chapter number 1, standard 9. Jijavartak Vidyalaya, Vasai Road. Standard 9, science 1, chapter number 1, laws of motion, presented by Ashok Patil. Last time we have seen the equation of motion using graphical method. These are the three equations. One, V is equal to mu plus A into T. Second one, S is equal to mu into T plus 1/2 into AT square. Third equation, V square is equal to mu square plus 2 into A into S. Then we can start today the next topic of this chapter. Let us start now the next topic of laws of motion. Okay, see here the three equation, laws of motion, the motion using graphical method. These are the three equations. Okay, then the next topics today we learn as well as possible. Okay, then start the next topic of this chapter, laws of motion. See here, the change in velocity with simple time of the change in velocity with time of uniformly accelerated object. The change in velocity with time of a uniformly accelerated object. The object starts from the point, and if we draw a graph, its velocity, it is a straight line. Write down this sentence. The object starts from the point, and if we draw a graph of its velocity, it is a straight line. The velocity of an object increases with time t and reaches to the last point. The velocity of an object increases with time t. Okay, then the initial velocity of the object is equal to mu. The initial velocity of the object is equal to mu. Initial means starting velocity of the object is mu. Mu means u. Here is the mu is equal to u. You call mu or u here, the initial velocity. Okay. The final velocity of the object is equal to v. The final velocity of the object is equal to v. Time is equal to t. Change in velocity is equal to acceleration is equal to change in velocity upon time. Okay, the formula of acceleration is equal to change in velocity upon time. Acceleration is equal to change in velocity upon time. Acceleration is equal to change in velocity upon time. The formula here, A is equal to, A means acceleration, final velocity means v. Yes, here is right. Here is, look at here, final velocity is v. Then you can substitute the value of final velocity is v minus initial velocity. Initial velocity is mu or u and time. Okay, then A is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity upon time. Next line, from the graph, final velocity is equal to initial velocity plus acceleration into time. Final velocity is equal to initial velocity plus acceleration into time. Okay, time is here, time is denominator, coming this side multiplication. Okay, then initial velocity is minus here, coming this side positive. This is negative, coming this side positive, and the formula final velocity is equal to initial velocity plus acceleration into time, step by step. Okay, once again, final velocity minus initial velocity, time is the denominator, coming this side numerator, initial velocity is negative here, coming this side positive, here it positive, plus acceleration into time plus initial velocity is the same formula, or you can do this. Then the last formula is equal to final velocity is v, initial velocity is mu, and a into t means acceleration into time. This is the formula of velocity, final velocity. Equation describe the relation between displacement and time. Equation describing the relation between displacement and time. This is the next topic. Let us suppose that an object in uniform acceleration a and it has covered the distance s within time t. This distance covered is the displacement only. Look at here once again. Let us suppose that an object in uniform acceleration a and it has covered the distance s within time t. This distance covered is the displacement only. Then s is equal to mu into t plus 1/2 at square. S is equal to mu into t plus 1/2 into a t square. Okay. We know that the graph of displacement and velocity is a trapezium quadrilateral. Quadriangle or quadrilateral. Okay, you can see a quadriangle or quadrilateral. We can that the graph of displacement and velocity is trapezium, quadriangle. So we can use the formula for its area. Its area means quadrilateral. Quadrilateral, trapezium, quadrilateral. Okay, trapezium means Marathi मध्ये समालंब चौकोन. Okay, S is equal to displacement. S and displacement is equivalent. Okay, S is equal to displacement is equal to 1/2 into bracket mu plus v bracket complete into t. Okay, the trapezium, formula of area of the trapezium is equal to 1/2 into sum of parallel side into height. Sum of parallel side, this is the mu and v is the parallel side here and t is the height. That's why this formula is equivalent to trapezium. Like area of trapezium is equal to 1/2 into sum of length of the parallel sides into distance between the parallel sides. Distance between parallel side means height. Okay, 1/2 into sum of length of parallel sides into distance between the parallel sides. But we know that A is equal to V minus mu upon T. Okay, but we know that A is equal to V minus mu upon T. Acceleration formula we know. Then T is equal to T is denominator here, coming this side multiplication, and A is multiple here, coming this side division. So T is equal to V minus U upon T upon A. Sorry, A is equal to V minus U upon T. T is denominator here, coming this side multiplication, and A and T is a multiple, and the A coming this side division. So T is equal to V minus mu upon A. Therefore, S is equal to 1 upon 2 into mu plus V into V minus mu upon A. Yes, here is the value of T. Okay. Last page we see the S is equal to 1 upon 2 into mu plus V into T. Okay. This is the value of T. Look at this. T is equal to V minus mu upon A. Then A is here. Denominator coming this side multiple. 2 is here. Denominator coming this side multiple. Okay. Then you can write this. S is equal to V plus mu into bracket V minus mu upon 2 into A. 2 into A. Denominator is 2. Denominator is A. The multiplication between the denominator and the multiplication between the numerator. As well as here numerator multiplication, write down on numerator, and denominator multiplication, write down denominator. Okay, 2A is a denominator here. Coming this side multiplication. Next step, you can see here. All steps write down in your notebook. Okay, don't ask me. Don't ask me why this is write down, because when the school is reopened, that time you show your notebook to me. Okay. Then 2A is multiple here. V minus mu plus V minus mu is equal to V square minus U square. Here is minus sign is not here. Minus side is not given here. Okay. Then V square minus U square. Okay. Here is correction of V square minus U square. All these this is the bracket A plus B, A minus B. A plus B and A minus B is equal to what? A square plus A square minus B square. That's why V square minus U square here. U square is negative here. Okay. Coming this side positive and remaining V square. Yes, V square is here. And 2AS plus U square, or U square plus 2AS. This is the correction here. Minus sign is given, not given here. You give the minus sign in between V square minus U square. Newton's third equation of motion. This is the Newton's third equation of motion. Last equation is the Newton's second equation. Okay. Last equation we see the second equation. Uniform circular motion. Observe the tip of the second hand of a clock. Second hand. This is the second hand of the clock. Observe the tip of the second hand of a clock. The speed of the tip is constant. Speed of the tip is constant. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Okay. Constant. But the direction of displacement and therefore its velocity is constantly changing. Velocity and direction constantly change. Okay. Displacement show here, but the direction and velocity constantly changing. As the tip is moving along a circular path, its motion is called uniform circular motion. Once again here, as the tip is moving along a circular path, its motion is called uniform circular motion. Look at your mobile screen. There is the in video. This is the quadrilateral and tip of the pencil to keep here. there is a rectangle in the figure. Place the tip of the pencil on the middle of any side of the square path and trace the path. Okay? Keep the tip here and trace the path like this, like this, like this, like this. We observe that the direction will be changed after some distance covered by the pencil. That time the path is the side changes and the distance is same here, but the path changes, direction will be changes here. Okay, there is a rectangle in the figure. Place the tip of the pencil on the middle of any side of the square path and trace the path. This is the square or rectangle. Okay, this is a rectangle or square, you can write, but here is not a 90 degree, that's why we cannot call this is the square. Now repeat the action for the pentagonal, hexagonal, octagonal path and note the number of times you have changed direction, like pentagonal, hexagonal, octagonal. Okay, path and note the number of times you have to change direction. Okay, here is the pentagonal and this is the hexagonal. Here is the, keep the tip of the pencil and moving from this side and this side, we can see here, this is the path and change the direction, this is the path and change the direction. Change the direction every time when the rectangle or hexagonal or pentagonal side are end here. Okay, every side ending here, that time the pencil moving another direction. Write down the all sentence in your notebook and draw these diagrams also. This is a circle. Okay, when an object is moving with a constant speed along a circular path, the change in the velocity is only due to the change in direction. When an object is moving with a constant speed along a circular path, the change in velocity is only due to the change in direction. Change in direction. This is a circular path. We will see first. Hence it is accelerated motion. The circular motion, it is called as accelerated motion. When an object moves with the constant speed along a circular path, the motion is called uniform circular motion. This is the definition of uniform circular motion. Write down or take a screenshot, then after video you can write in your notebook. When an object moves with a constant speed along a circular path, the motion is called uniform circular motion. Once again, when an object moves with constant speed along a circular path, the motion is called uniform circular motion. See here. Look at your screen. For example, the motion of a stone in a sling or that any point on a bicycle wheel, they are in uniform motion. Here is the stone. Okay. Then the stone move around the person. That time the person thrown the stone and stone moving around its circle tangent. Okay, the motion of the stone in sling or that any point on a bicycle wheel, they are in uniform motion. Uniform motions, for example, uniform in your house, the ceiling fan or table fan is the example of uniform circular motion. Look at this, there is the one point, this is called as axle, this is the spoke, and the wheel moving around the axle. That this is the uniform circular motion. Okay, a bicycle wheel, they are in the uniform motion. If an object moving along a circular path of radius r takes time t to come back to its starting position, its speed can be determined using the formula given below. As if an object moving along a circular path of radius r takes time t to come back to its starting point, its speed can be determined using the formula given below. This is a circular path, that's why you can write here the circumference of the circle 2 pi r. Okay, the next stage is equal to this. Speed is equal to circumference upon time. Circumference, you know that we knew the formula of circumference. What is the formula of circumference? Okay, 2 pi r upon time. Circumference is 2 pi r. V is equal to, speed is V is equal to 2 into pi into r upon t is equal to dash. R is the radius of the circle. Radius of the circle is radius of the wheel of the bicycle. Okay, then V is equal to 2 pi r upon t. Okay, this is the formula of V. V means speed. Speed is equal to 2 pi r upon t. R is the radius. Determine the direction of velocity in uniform circular motion. Look at here. Take a circular disc, this is a circular disc, and put a 5 rupees coin at a point along its edge. Okay, this is the 5 rupees coin. Take a circular disc and put a 5 rupees coin at a point along its edge. Then see here, what happened next? Make it move around its axis by putting a pin through it. Putting a pin through it. Okay. When the disc is moved at higher speed, the coin will be thrown off. The coin will be thrown off. When the disc is moved at higher speed, the coin will be thrown off. Look at here. The coin thrown here. Okay. Repeat the action placing the coin at different points along the edge of the circle. Repeat this action. Placing the coin here, any other place. Okay. Then move the coin. Move the coin and move also disc. And the observation is here. Look at the observation. Here is the coin putting, keep the coin here, then move the disc, then the coin thrown off from the disc, because the speed is higher. When the speed is higher of the disc, that time the coin thrown off from the disc. Okay. The coin will be thrown off in the direction of the tangent. This is the tangent. Tangent means the line touch from the circle outside of the circle of any point, that is called as tangent. Here is the tangent. This is the line passing through the circumference and touching one point of the circle. That point is called as tangent. The coin will be thrown off in the direction of the tangent, which is perpendicular to the radius of the disc. Write down this sentence. Thus, the direction in which it gets thrown off depends on its position at the moment of getting thrown off. Thus, the direction in which it gets thrown off depends on its position at the moment of getting thrown off. It means ITS here correction. It means that as the coin moves along a circular path, coin moves along the circular path here. The direction of its motion is changing at every point. The direction of motion is changing every point. Here is the coin, here is the coin, here is the coin. The direction changing like clock. Second hand of the clock, minute hand of the clock, hour hand of the clock. The direction changing every time. So, solve example in your notebook. Write down in your notebook. But this example, if you have a book, textbook, then you can see in your notebook, you can see in your book, textbook, and write down the example. But we explain this example. Listen carefully here. An athlete is running on a circular track. He runs a distance of 400 meters in 25 seconds. Before returning to his original position, what is the average speed and velocity? This example is solved in your textbook. Okay, listen carefully. Given total distance traveled is equal to 400 meter. Total displacement is equal to question mark. Average velocity is equal to question mark. Average speed is equal to, formula is given here, total distance covered upon total time taken. This is the most important formula of average speed. Average speed is equal to total distance covered upon total time taken. Yes, here is the value. Total distance covered 400 meter and total time taken is 25 seconds. The division of 425, 25 16s are 400. That's why the answer average speed is equal to 16 meter per second. That's why the athlete runs 16 meter per second. Average speed is equal to total displacement upon total time taken. What is the total displacement? We cannot know here. The question mark here. The total displacement upon total time and the average speed we can find. We find here from 16 meter per second. The substituted value is 16 meter. This is the question mark that is as it is. Total time is 25 seconds. Total time taken is 0. Displacement is 0 upon 25 because the athlete running circular track. That's why the total displacement is 0 because we learn that time first time circular motion. Direction is changed but velocity is 0. Displacement is 0. Average speed is equal to total displacement is 0 upon 25 is equal to 0 meter per second, because the path is circular. That's why both answer is coming here. Total displacement is 0 meter per second, average velocity is equal to 16 meter per second. Second example, an aeroplane taxis on the runway for 30 seconds with an acceleration of 3.2 meter per second square before taking off. How much distance would it have covered on the runway? These example are in your textbook. Solve example. This is the aeroplane taxis, run away for 30 seconds. Given a is equal to acceleration, a is given here 3.2 meter per second square. This is the line, oblique line is not given here. This is the correction, okay? Meter per second square. Time t is equal to 30 seconds. Then mu is equal to 0. Mu is the starting velocity, starting speed of the aeroplane is 0. That's why s is equal to question mark. Write down the formula here. Okay? Formula, what is the formula of s? S is equal to what? S is equal to mu into t plus 1/2 a into t square. Substitute the value of given. A is given, t is given. Okay? Mu is given. S is equal to mu is 0. Okay? T is 30 plus 1/2 into 3.2 into 30 into 30. 30 means 30. A is 30. A is 30. 30 square is 30 into 30. 3.2 is acceleration. Okay? Then the solve example here. 0 and 30 multiplication is 0. 1 upon 2 is, here is the 1 upon 1.6. 30 into 30, 900. Okay? 1 upon 6 into 900. Okay? 0 into 30 is 0. 1.6 into 900 here. Multiplication of 1.6 and 900 is equal to 14400, and the decimal point, 1 decimal point to the answer. Okay? 16 into 9, 144. 20 here, 20 write down here, and the point will be coming from this side. First 1 decimal point, that's why 0 is not write down here, because of 1440 meter, then the s is equal to 1440 distance covered. Okay? Then third example, a kangaroo can jump 2.5 meter vertically. What must be initial velocity of the kangaroo? Given a is equal to 9.8 meter per second square is given here in the example. Okay? S is equal to 2.5 meter. V is equal to 0. Mu is equal to question mark. V square is equal to mu square plus 2as. V square is equal to v square plus 2as. Substitute the value of given. V0 is equal to mu square plus 2 into bracket minus 9.8 into 2.5. Why this is the minus 9.8? Because the kangaroo jumped vertically. Vertically means from the surface of the earth to sky. That is vertical direction. Mu square plus 2 into minus 9.8 bracket complete into 2.5. 0 square is 0. Mu is not given here. Mu is find out. This is the mu is question mark here. Negative sign is used as the acceleration is in the direction opposite to that of velocity. Okay. 0 is equal to mu square minus 49. Mu square minus 49. 9.2, 2.5 into 2. The multiplication of these number is 49. Okay, then here is the one negative only, that's why the sign will become here negative minus 49, and 49 coming this side positive. So mu square is equal to 49 and mu is equal to 7 meter per second. Mu is equal to 7, positive 7 or negative 7, but negative 7 is not a starting speed of that kangaroo. That's why the speed is positive. Mu is equal to 7 meter per second. Initial velocity. Okay. Initial velocity is not negative here because the mu is equal to 7 meter per second. The initial velocity of the kangaroo is 7 meter per second. Fourth example, the motorboat starts from rest and moves with uniform acceleration. If it attains the velocity of 15 meter per second in 5 seconds, calculate the acceleration and the distance traveled in that time. Given things, initial velocity is equal to mu is equal to 0, final velocity is equal to v is equal to 15 meter per second, and time t is equal to 5 seconds. Okay, acceleration is equal to question mark. From the first equation of motion, the formula is used in this example is from the first equation of motion. A is equal to v minus u upon t. A is equal to 15 minus 0 because the v is 15, mu is given 0 and t is 5. Then A is equal to 3. Okay, this 15 minus 0 is 15 and divided by 5, and A is equal to 3 meter per second square. From the second equation of motion, the distance covered will be, from the second equation of motion, the distance covered will be S is equal to mu into t plus 1 half A into t square. S is equal to A in 0 into 5 plus 1 upon 2 into 3 into 5 into 5. Because the t is 5, A is 3, find out last time. Okay, 1 upon 2 is 1 upon 2, 5 is equal to t. Okay, 0 into 5 is 0. Then the multiplication and division for yourself. Look at the board, look at the screen of your mobile. This is the 0. Okay, the multiplication of these numerator is 75 upon 2. Okay, 0, 75 upon 2 is equal to 37.5. S is equal to 75 upon 2. So S is equal to 37.5 meter. Newton's laws of motion. A static object does not move without the application of a force. Fruits on a tree fall down when its branches are shaken. Once again, look at the sentence. A static object does not move without the application of a force. Fruits on a tree fall down when its branches are shaken. Any object does not move without application of force. When you come into the school, that time you you use the application of force, and that time you move from your house to the school. Look at the fan. This is a table fan. An electric fan keeps on rotating for some time even after it is switched off. An electric fan keeps on rotating for some time even after it's switched off. When you know that your ceiling fan, when you switched off your ceiling fan, that time the blades of the fan rotating for some time. If we took reasons for the above, we realize that objects have some inertia in the blades here, fan here. Okay. If we took reasons for the above, we realize that objects have some inertia. When you travel from the local from Virar to Churchgate, Virar to Nalasopara. When Nalasopara came, that time you can come into the door, and when you opposite direction of the trains, that time you fall onto the platform and injured. That is the inertia. Okay, the speed will come of that person who travel in the train. Newton's first law of motion describes this very property, and therefore also called the laws of inertia. Newton's first law of motion describes the very property, and therefore also called the law of inertia. Laws of inertia. Write down the definition. Newton's first law of motion. Balance and unbalanced force. Newton's first law of motion. Balance and unbalanced force. Balance and unbalanced force. You must have played tug of war. So long as the forces applied by both the sides are equal, that is, balance, the center of rope is static in spite of the applied forces. So long as the forces applied by both the sides are equal, that is balanced. When the balance force applied by the both sides is equal, that is the balance, the center of rope is static in spite of the applied force. The balance are equal, then the center of the rope is spiked. On the other hand, when the applied forces become unequal, that is unbalanced. Look at here. Force applied by this person is more than this person. That's why. Other hand, when the applied forces become unequal, that is unbalanced. A net force gets applied in the direction of the greater force, and the center of rope shifts in that direction. We know that. Okay. A net force gets applied in the direction of the greater force, and the center of the rope shifts in that direction. this person is a greater force, applied greater force than this person. Okay, then the rope shifts in this direction because the person applied greater force than this person. Newton's law. An object continues to remain at rest or in a state of uniform motion along a straight line unless an external unbalanced force acts on it. This is the most important sentence. Write down or take a screenshot. An object continues to remain at rest or in a state of uniform motion along a straight line unless an external unbalanced force acts on it. Explanation. When an object is at rest on in uniform motion along a straight line, when an object is at rest on in uniform motion along a straight line, it does not mean that no force is acting on it, but they cancel one another so that the net force is zero. Most important sentence is here. It does not mean that no force is acting on it, on the object, on it means object, but they cancel one another so that the net force is zero. Total force of that object is zero. Look here. This is a car. Push this person from here to here. This, suppose this car is A position, and last time we see here this car is pushed from here to here. The free body diagrams for both objects are the same. Okay, it does not mean that no force is acting on it, but they cancel one another so that the net force is zero. Force from this direction. Okay. Newton's first law explains the phenomenon of inertia. That is the inability of an object to change its state of motion on its own. Look at here. This force is 10 Newton and this force is 6 Newton. You can solve this puzzle, or you can imagine which force are greater than this is greater or this is greater. Okay, 10 Newton is greater, 6 Newton is smaller. That is the inability of an object to change its state to motion on its own. It is also explained the unbalanced force which cause a change in the state of an object at rest or in uniform motion. Once again, it also explains the unbalanced force which cause a change in the state of an object at rest or in uniform motion. Okay? Today we stop here. The next chapter we will see next lecture. Till then, you can write the sentence, every sentence in the video. You can watch you watch the sentence, write down every sentence, and you doesn't download this video because the video present on the YouTube, then you can watch anytime from the YouTube. Till then, goodbye.